Hey, it's your friend Kevin, and this is commitment number 5 of our commitment to change. And I know I've been promising you a little new intro video thing, music stuff, but that's still coming together. I had quite a day yesterday afternoon, never really got to it. Anyway, let's look at the list as we go down. So, number 1, seek the truth. Number 2, be willing to come apart. Number 3, step out of your comfort zone. And number 4, commit to growth. So today's or this video, whenever you're watching it, is number 5, shift your vision. So this comes or is inspired by Baron Baptiste's 40 Days to Personal Revolution, which is a program that the Baptiste Power Institute implemented and put into place in many of the various Baptiste inspired or Baptiste affiliate studios throughout the United States and probably the world. I adopted it in the new year as a way to encourage folks that if they've made New Year's resolutions or they've made decisions to change some other things in life, that we figure out, I figure out, I help you, you help me, what have you, work out the reason why some of these, not all of them, repeat themselves, why they pop back up, why we don't commit to them. So commitment for change, commitment for growth is a commitment to ourselves. And we are at number 5, shift your vision. So there is a tantric teaching, if you will, tantric being like Tibetan Taoism. I'm trying to get a word around it and I can't think of it at the moment, but Tibetan Tantric Teachings speak of the Shiva Netra, which is the third eye, the eye of Shiva. And in Hinduism, Shiva is the god of destruction, big destroyer, big changer that comes up. So many folks who are not using, well, the eye of Shiva is considered the third eye, the part that we see inside of our heads, the middle of the forehead. Some folks, when they close their eyes, see nothing. Some folks, when they close their eyes, get visions. It's considered like the spiritual eye. Now, for most of us, we learn that it's connected to the pineal gland. And just like anything else, spirituality, the ability to lift into that connection with our physical world and spiritual world, is practice. Or yeah, it is practice. It is a practice. I believe that's why yoga is called a practice. It isn't a get it right course. It isn't a place that you arrive at. It is this practice, ongoing practice. Many, myself included, believe that a spiritual awakening or a wake up or a remembering is just that. You remember that there's a part of who we are that's not just physical. It's much bigger than that. So the commitment to shift vision means to take the vision inward, to take the vision more spiritual, to look at ourselves with a fresh set of eyes, to look at circumstances with a fresh set of eyes. Oftentimes, when we begin to see ourselves, or at least when that shifting is beginning to take place, the way we look at ourselves is actually through the actions and behaviors of other people, including the things that we're not willing to look at, we're not willing to see, we're not willing to shift, and we're not really willing to change. It takes 3 elements to make these true radical changes. 1 is attention, putting your attention to something. 2 is the intention, the actual desire, the willingness. And 3 is the faith. I've known many people, myself included, that went into something saying, this sounds like a really good idea, putting attention to something, seeing it. Typically, we see someone else, hear someone else, look at someone else, and become inspired by the results that person or those people or that situation got them. You know, for example, you see someone who's experiencing something new in their life and they're all excited and it's great. Somehow you want what they've got. Somehow you want to get that feeling. Somehow you think that, ooh, they tried this, so maybe I'll try it and I'll get the same result. So there's putting your attention to it. Then there is intention. The intention to go about creating a plan, creating a dialect, creating something that brings it into being. So that might be a plan. It might be ordering something that you need for your body, whatever that is. Starting plans to, if it's losing weight, then changing your diet. If it's getting out of debt, working on where your debts are, all these things. So we've got attention and then intention. When you, or when I, or when we, when anyone sets the intention to actually put a plan together, the wheels of the universe are pushed into that realm, and it sets that energy in motion. So the third eye, the shifting the vision, has already begun. The biggest pitfall, or the biggest shift that then has to happen, is the faith, right? The knowingness that I put my attention to it, I set my intention on it, and then there's the knowingness that this is going to happen. I'm going to get it. It's the difference between the intention and the knowingness where the shifting will occur. Now, you can follow Esther Hicks in Abraham Hicks' teaching, law of attraction, law of abundance, law of this, law of that, heal your body, anything. It doesn't matter what. Look at anything you've ever read or seen, even in scripture. There are folks who believe that Moses parted the Red Sea. There are those who believe that Moses led the Jews across the desert to freedom. Some don't believe it. It isn't the fact of whether or not it happened. It's the faith that it's possible. This is the caveat. This is the piece that gets a bit, wrong. Let me go a bit further. In any decision that we make, there's a yes and a no. If we decide that this isn't going to work for us, it is a no, slap it down, thank you very much, goodbye. We stop any possibility of anything. If we say yes to something, there's the possibility. Off it goes. Oftentimes, we will automatically be a no for something, even when we're not sure what that outcome would likely be, because the ego says, oh no, that's not happening, backing it up. Because really, to create a shift in a vision, to be able to see what's possible, to be able to see what really could happen if we followed this, means that the ego's got to die, and the ego doesn't want to die. That fear-based mentality, that stuff that has been raging all this time, wants to live no matter what, and is a sneaky bugger. It's just so sneaky. You know, seeing ourselves, taking a look at ourselves, and knowing that things have got to change in a certain area is really difficult to do, because it brings things up. It brings up the past. It brings up the times in our lives where we haven't paid attention and we didn't do it. You know, I often find myself getting in front of situations and conversations because I don't want to. It is not my intention to hurt, admonish, insult, or be rude to anybody. But someone who is struggling with being over or underweight, we'll call it a weight issue, the struggle has nothing to do with the amount of food or the lack of food. The struggle has to do with the self-image. And unless the self-image is seen as this incredibly beautiful, powerful individual that has the opportunity and the possibility for everything, unless those alignments are made, doesn't matter how many diets or surgeries or therapies people go on, that's going to continue. And that's tough, because to look at ourselves in a way that shifts it, changes it, is again really, really very difficult. Trying to find something in this book, 40 Days to Personal Revolution, that I can land on. I think it's easy to point fingers at people who are greedy, people who are seemingly they have it all together. Case in point, there are folks who perhaps want to go on this fitness regime, and they're going to get into shape, and they're going to do this, and their intention is that, and they put their attention to it, and truly they do accomplish things. But sometimes it's serving a different purpose. It's not serving the self purpose. It's not serving the heart purpose. It's not serving that part of ourselves that deserves to be loving, deserves to be kind, deserves to be respected, deserves to be to live a good life. It's serving something else. It's either serving a competitive spirit, it's serving a comparison spirit, it is serving the ego, which says, well, I'm just going to show them. I'm going to show them that this, I don't know what you want to call it, lifestyle, if you will, the houses, the cars, the clothes, the people. It means I've arrived. It means I am successful. It means I've got where I need to be, and I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of that realization. I think I came to that realization probably about 12 years ago, maybe, that this idea that I needed to have a luxury vehicle somehow meant that I'd arrived somewhere, and then I got it, and it was lovely and it was fancy. Then I got another one, similar brand, lovely and fancy, and then I did it a third time. The third time was like, universe said, are you out of your mind? I laugh at it now, but at the time it was sort of like, what in the world is this all about? Why? What's the point? It certainly wasn't fun having to write that check every month. It certainly didn't light me up. Now, I have this fabulous, great big full-size, big red truck that roars when I turn it on, and that to me makes me giggle and laugh. And it's practical too. All my puppers can get up in there, and the other day when I was going to go pick up a door, it flew in the back. So I mean, it's practical, all the practical purposes, and I'm happy. Happy with the choice, happy with the vehicle, all good. But that's one of my little quirks. I know when something's triggering me, when something's not quite happening, it's either has to do with I've got this obsession with dogs or this obsession with vehicles. Something is off. Before, my little quirk would have been food, or before, when I realized that food was making me like this, it was drugs and alcohol. And I'm giving you these honest accounts because I worked through them. But there was many, many years where I wouldn't work through them. It was easier to stick a line of Coke up my nose or slosh down some kind of alcoholic beverage. And I'm not trotting this out to make it be all fashionable. Although at the time, I have to say, there were a lot of people that felt like this was a kind of fashionable way of living. Yeah, no, it's not. It is, again, it's searching for something outside of really what we need to be searching for, which is that place within us. I'm thinking I've wrapped this up. I'm asking guides in my head. Have I wrapped it up enough? Have I gone through this, shifting the vision? Go inward. When you go inward and you go into the heart of the matter and you go into what's getting on your nerves, what's working with you, shift it, shift and change the way you look at things, shift and change the way you feel about things, shift and change what's not working. Okay, I'm listening. So they're telling me now that whenever you find the difference, shifting your vision is the difference between being aligned and being misaligned. Being aligned, lined up, windows down, top back, doesn't matter if it's raining or cold, you got the disco music going or that crazy music, and you're singing and dancing like you could care less who's watching. That's lined up. Misaligned is where everything and anything and everybody is irritating the tar out of you. It doesn't matter what, you turn every corner, this is going wrong, that's going wrong, this is happening, that's happening, tra la 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 la. That is misalignment. Oh, thank you. So let's just talk about that for a few minutes and I'll get to the cards. So, I talked about the bath I take at night, which I love. Well, now my water heater has sprung a leak. So yesterday I'm looking out the back door, my little utility room, and there's water just flying out. Like, well, it's not raining. What's the deal? So I go in there and I can see it's a drippity, 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 drippity. So I have to call the insurance people. They've got to come Friday morning. Now, ordinarily, if things were not aligned, I would have been, oh my goodness, biting my nails down to the quick. Getting upset about how come they can't get here any sooner. Well, that's not going to work. It's Friday morning's fine. I told you the day before, the dogs went outside to say hello to the neighbors and they ripped the frame out of the dog door. So, we have to call somebody. So now, tomorrow, thankfully, I have got the man fixing the door and hopefully the people coming and changing the water heater. Now, being not aligned would have sent me into a tailspin. Being lined up is can't do anything about it right now, but something is happening. I put the attention to fixing, the intention to getting someone to do it, and the faith that by tomorrow night I will have new door and a lovely new water heater that I could probably get in the bath. And in my head, I'm telling the universe, I think I'd like one that's slightly larger that I can get more hot water out of. But then I'm like, well, why would I want more hot water? I'm not taking a bath with a football team. Well, that would be interesting. But I'm not taking a bath with a bunch of people. So why the hell would I need... Why would I need any more than a 40-gallon tank? We'll see. Anyway, I'm digressing. Let's get to the cards and see what the cards have to say for all of us today. All right, here we go. Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, angels, ancestors, thank you so much for reminding all of us, myself included, that you're here, that you're listening, that you're with us, that you're getting us through whatever we're going through. I set the intention today that these cards, or this card that I draw, will be a message for the highest good of everybody concerned and line up with, well, there's two that fell out. All right. Is it two here or more than two? Let's see. No, there's two. May the messages within these cards be the highest good of all concerned, so be it and so shall it be. Let's go. There and this. So here we go. This is in alignment with shifting the vision. Earth and ground. Oh, I like this. You see a picture of an angel seated in the lotus position, cross-legged, hips lifted above the knees, and from the ground comes such great wisdom. You'll see a almost feels like a fountain coming from up underneath the ground, straight up through the middle of the Shushumi channel in this person, and lining at the heart, getting to groundedness with the heart. And then, of course, we have the thoughts going on up here and around here. So this image is perfect for getting centered, getting grounded, connecting your base chakra with the earth, and just drawing up energy from Gaia's gateway, which is way down below. And then, of course, we have what we're working with, maintaining a space of ease and grace throughout any conflict. So I think this, in essence, is so perfect, because this one talks about being on one foot cross-legged. But in here, we've got the thoughts and the feelings from the shoulders up being stimulated. Let me go read what ease and grace has to say, or what both of these have to say in regards to um, today's message. Interestingly enough, earth and ground, ease and grace, they come right together. They actually are one right after the other. So it's quite interesting that we should get these two together. They didn't want to be separated. You may be feeling discombobulated or all over the place, most likely because you're spreading yourself too thin and taking on too many projects. Your angel guide is encouraging you to get grounded. When you come back to earth, you will have a clearer insight into who you are and what you need to do to feel safer and more at ease in your life. You are being guided to take some time to breathe, connect with fresh air, and even go somewhere in nature where you can relax, release, and let go. You may be uncertain about what you're supposed to be focusing on at this time, and that's because your energy is a little dispersed. But angels of the earth are with you to help you ground yourself and feel connected again. And as you because you've got important work to do, and exciting experiences can only unfold when your energy is intact and contained. You're blessed to receive this card because it's a message of protection and guardianship. Angels are strongly connecting you to your path and they want to support your evolution. When you lose a sense of connection to who you are, you can often find yourself focusing on energies or projects or even old habits that limit your evolution. So, take the time to breathe, call on Mother Earth, and invite the angels of the earth to draw deeper roots to the heart of the earth. Know that when you're grounded and strong, focused and loving, when you're grounded, you are strong, focused and loving. You can make decisions that are enriching and revitalizing. When this card shows up for you, angels are guiding you to remember who you are. The earth is blessed to have you. So the ease and the grace is it's time to adapt. You're being guided to slow down, take your time and take in the current moment and allow space for events to occur. You're often put too much pressure and expectation on yourself. This is not required. Also, with constant effort and rush, you'll find yourself becoming overwhelmed and tired. When you're too forceful, you use up too much energy and hinder your progress. If you are in a difficult situation at work or other people, don't feel you have to prove your skills. Just step back, breathe, and through grace, you'll be seen, understood, and recognized for who you truly are. I love this card. You're being guided to flow like the water. Don't feel the need to rush. A gentle approach will be more rewarding. Have patience and move with subtlety and grace. Your angel guide is encouraging you to see life as a dance, one step at a time. You'll make your way through this incredible journey, learning more and growing along the way. Now, how can you move with more elegance? How can you slow down? How can you bring more grace and poise into your current situation? This is a time to soften, breathe, and move in a way that is steady but flowing. This information may come as a surprise to you or even a challenge for you, but your angels know it will be beneficial for what is coming your way next. What is coming your way next? What is coming your way next? I love this. I think it was yesterday or the day before, one of these, it was take a step back. All of these cards and all of these angels are basically saying, get in the lay-by, have a picnic, take time and ground. Things are going to continue doing all of this stuff. I was talking to somebody yesterday for quite a while, listening mostly. They were in quite a quandary over their situation, their career, what was happening, what was not happening, and in quite I think, in flux. What's next? Like many of us, careers have changed, life has changed, how we do things has changed, and the unknown is very unsettling to very many people. The unknowing of what to do next is very disconcerting. Never have I gone into a store, or whether it's groceries or we'll say the department store, and seen shelves empty with no merchandise on them. I can look at it like, oh my goodness, we have nothing, or, well, it's just some empty shelves that need stocking up. I mean, really, um, it's just interesting. I could look at it like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, world's coming to an end, or this is just so interesting. I'm going to say a prayer really quickly, then we'll let you go. I like this prayer. Kyle Gray put it on his Instagram, and I wrote it down. It's one I think would be great every day. Thank you, God and angels, for showing me how I can live a life of service in a way that serves me, my joy, my contentment, and my income. I am ready to live on purpose, with purpose, knowing my being is being sustained, and so it is. And that's truly in the base of what we all want. We just want to know that how we are showing up, what we are doing, is going to be sustained. So we have to have the faith that it already is being sustained. You want to make sure that we live a life of some kind of service that is also serving us, serving our joy, serving our contentment, serving us financially. We want to know that the universe is giving us a way to serve other people, but we're not telling the universe we also want you to serve us too. This is the piece that we've been taught that's off. We just have this idea that by being of service to other people, of giving and giving and giving and giving to others, somehow we don't deserve to give and give and give and give and give to ourselves, until that light on the dashboard comes off and that ping, 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 you're empty, you're on fumes, you're exhausted. And then, you realize the universe is saying, well, why did you not ask? They're only going to bring what we ask for. Set the attention to making sure you're serving yourself while you serve other people. You can do it simultaneously. It doesn't have to be a wait for this until you get that. You can say, show me how to serve the world and keep serving me while I do it. Right, my friends, I love you. I hope these are helping. I hope you're getting something from it. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.